Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel. You are in my tarot playlist where we have a little fun here, a little levity as we explore how I interpret these areas in the area of money, relationship, career, and well-being as seen through the messages and symbols of the tarot. So let's get started. And I want to say that some of this may resonate with you, some of it may not. Anything that's here, it's just that. Life is as fluid as the air, as the water. It just moves. Nothing is etched in stone. What you think to be will be. So allow this message to come in and to flow out, and just spend a little time with me. If there is something that resonates with you, then take that and contemplate, but it's not etched in stone. Contemplate on it and look for ways to make your life the best it can be. All right. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and to my fortune family, yes, that's exactly what we are, fortunate. So here we go. Let's see what will be revealed in the area of money, relationship, career, and well-being. Okay, that's a little way too much. Oh, it's 3 cards. Usually I am okay with 3. No, 3 is good. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so money. Ew, what is it this week? Wow. All right, so I am getting a message that there is going to be volatility in the market, something about lots of activity right around that 12 o'clock hour, but most important that there is going to be some major influence from the energy markets, your oil and gas, and which is affecting the markets globally, not just here but globally, as it is a primary source of use in the world economy. So it is affecting the markets. If you're in any of those sectors, be extra careful. Check with your advisor before you make any moves, or so that you can plan your move. Okay, in general, a couple things. I'm getting a couple messages. There's a message about hoarding. So I'm getting that there is a crisis, or feeling a crisis, and you're feeling like you need to stockpile, and you are feeding the fear. So be very, very careful with your actions. Not to say not to do that. I believe that there are benefits to preparing. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Mormons have long preached, to prepare, and so having, 3 months of stock supply and, rotate your foods is normal. And so it is not unusual. If you have a pantry, make sure that you're stocked up for 3 months. And but to hoard beyond that, it might be unhealthy for your emotional and spiritual well-being. So that's one message. I'm also getting another message about, that you may have stuff that you don't need. You may benefit from purging and clearing things out. It's a good way to get extra income that right now is not there. So a very interesting message that we're receiving here. Be very cautious. You might be spending money where you don't need to be spending it as well. So relationship. 3 of Wands. I don't know where this is going, but I'm going to flow through with it. I just get the feeling that 3 is a crowd. Having said that, really what's important is we're dealing with, things that we want to get done. And this is not the time to hide our emotions. This is not a time to let things slide, because sometimes problems show up and situations arise, and in our best interest, for the mood, we may not want to discuss it right there. The thing is that how long are you going to put an issue off before it turns into a problem? And when it comes to relationships, the truth of the matter is that while many want to stay in the honeymoon phase, it's like little kittens. They're so adorable when they're babies, but when they turn into big adult cats, man, they are really something else. And so you're going to miss out on the great benefits of what a seasoned relationship can offer. So right now there are a couple things here. Maybe you are trying to force things, and you're trying to push things forward, and that might be counterproductive to long term. And right now, this is not just for a romantic relationship. This is in general for all your relationships, whether it's career related, business related, family related. It's important that you understand that there are compromises in a relationship. That's the truth of it. From time to time, you're going to see things that maybe they want to do this and you want to do that. And then one has to give in a little bit. There's got to be a little bit of, that little expanding of the rubber band. You've got to allow that to happen because we're all growing. Your parents are growing. You are growing. Your spouse is growing. Your lover's growing. People everywhere, they're growing. They're not staying the way they are because that's what we do. We grow. We are all growing. And that's, being realistic. And as we grow, our values change, our beliefs change, our situation changes. And so all of that affects our day-to-day moment as we try to live in the now. So as we have that compassion with those around us, we can try to move forward, because right now you can't even move forward when you're not trying to see eye to eye. Okay, career. Oh, what? Oh, there's going to be a little bit tit for tat. What's going on? Well, remember what I said? Wasn't it yesterday that we had the Four of Wands? And I said, it's very delicate. I can't remember if it was yesterday, but anyway. So here we go. Anything can just, remove one little peg at work and all of a sudden things can just fall apart. So there's a little situation creating some stress, some frustration right now. It's not really where you want to go. For someone's, using the plural, there's a group out here, they might be getting their pink slip, their notice, and this is not a really good day for them. Don't take it personal. Maybe things are happening at the corporate level that is beyond even your manager's control, and they're looking just to, cut corners as much as they can. And so don't you take it personal. Don't do that. There's a lot of things happening globally that's affecting us here locally. So at this moment, okay, there is also another message coming through that there could be a customer related situation, or a client if you own a business and this is your client or your account. And so it's going to, something that you're going to have to deal with this. The sooner you deal with this from a place of truth and honesty, be honest with your customers. Be honest with your clients. Have a real conversation about what is being presented, or what about their product, or why they're unhappy. Get to the bottom. Don't worry about the sale. Don't worry about that. Really care about your customer and have a real conversation and listen to them and find out how maybe it's a product fault that can be addressed, at the corporate level, or maybe it's a customer service flow that it needs to be addressed so that in the future there's no more problems like that. But you need to have those kinds of real talks with real people. We are not robots, people. Let's not go away from that human touch, the caring touch, okay? So deal with this and you will be fine. Don't be disheartened. If it's a job loss, God has another plan for you that's way better. And if it's, a customer related issue, put your mindset, put your heart set, and deal with it in a warm and loving human way. Okay, why do we have 3 cards in the well-being? Well, here we go. Okay, so, what we see here is just a lot of things that have been happening in the past, and almost lots of things, from relationships to career to family, lots of things, that just you've been so lost with, so confused about, and that's in the past. That's the good news. But that at the same time has created some conflict, and so you're trying to figure out how to deal with it. This emotional situation has, kind of has you torn up, and you're thinking about it a lot because you really want to improve, things, and you want to improve for yourself, but you are really so wound up, like your faith is lost, your joy to live, your excitement. You have lost so much trust in people that it's affected you emotionally and spiritually. So this innocence of having a clear idea that, I can trust what's coming, and you've lost that faith. It's important, my dear one. just as you're taking a breath, trusting that the next one is going to be full of the oxygen and the nutrients that you need to sustain yourself, and that the days before the sunsets and sunrises were happening without you having a hand in it. Just know that as you have faith and gratitude in what you have now, and faith in knowing that the tomorrows will be sunsets and sunrises, and that the next breath will be there for you, so will everything else. Just let these go. They're no longer there. And focus on trusting divine plan, and that God will light the path for you, and where you land will be on solid ground. Okay, let's take a look at the collective and let's see where it's going to roll. Okay, what do we have here? Bam. Angel whispers. There you go. The angel whispers of trust, trusting that God's providence will be there, trusting that God is taking everything into account, not just your life, but my life and his life and her life and their life and all the beings that are here and the things that we see and not see. And just believe that God has an angel watching over you and sending you messages and reminding you, have faith. I will give you everything you need on this journey. Be pure of your intention and believe, because I will always have a trusted friend by your side. Angel whispers. Well, there you have it. I'm going to wish you a beautiful day. Be blessed, and let's meet up at the next video.